What's up, guys? Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lanturn, bringing you guys our week 9 team builder, taking on Vandiril and the Gallahan Kirlias in a match that I'm almost surely going to lose because of how incredibly broken her team is. Let's run through her roster. She's got Celesteela, Greninja, Galarian Corsola, Silvally, Vikavolt, Seviper, Mega Audino, Zygarde 50%, Infernape, Articuno, and Hoopa. Her priority options are the Greninja with Water Shuriken and Shadow Sneak, Zygarde 50% with Extreme Speed, Infernape with Vacuum Wave and Mach Punch. I think Seviper might get Sucker Punch, but I'm not sure. Hazard sitting in the Greninja with Spikes and Toxic Spikes, Galarian Corsola with Rocks, Vikavolt with Sticky Webs, Infernape with Rocks. I have Credilly on my notes, but she actually dropped Credilly, so not Credilly for that. Hazard removal options is the Silvally with Defog, Vikavolt with Defog, which I'm pretty sure is a thing. I think I looked that up to see that Vikavolt got Defog, but I might just be completely talking out of my ass right now. And then Articuno with Defog. It's late, I'm sorry. 4 times weaknesses, Zygarde to Ice, Articuno to Rock, and Hoopa to Ghost and Dark. She ended up dropping Credilly for Seviper, which changes this matchup a little bit, and I'm confused as to why she did it, because I don't think Seviper has a good matchup against my team. So it feels really strange why she would drop Credilly, which had a good matchup against my team and was her Suicune check. Dropping that for Seviper that doesn't have a matchup against me? She might have been scared about Toxic Spikes from somebody else because I don't have Toxic Spikes and wanted a Grounded Poison instead of having to defog away her own Spike stack. She's been bringing like lead Greninja a lot, not really offensive Greninja, but it's Vandiril, so I expect literally anything out of her. I was so shook that I was talking in my front office about her bringing Confide Articuno, forgetting that it gets Haze in the first place as her Kun check. But yeah, Seviper's like the only thing that I don't really see coming. Anything else could come in theory, and a lot of them are strong picks. I think Mega Audino is probably one of the more like less likely options. Celesteela is probably coming for sure. Zygarde and Infernape definitely coming. I think Articuno and Vikavolt are also probably coming, and then probably Silvally Grass, if I had to guess. Or Silvally Grass in there somewhere as well, and then maybe Hoopa or Greninja thrown in as well. First up on my side is Avalugg, Heavy Duty Boots Avalugg. Excuse me. So this is my dedicated removal for the week. It obviously cannot beat the Corsola, but sub Corsola is kind of weird, so I'm running Toxic for that. She could burn me, which would be kind of annoying because this is like a really easy physical Zygarde check. Super easy physical Zygarde check. It turns out Avalanche is really broken, and because it's a 4 times weakness, Zygarde can never not have its sub broken by my Avalanche, and it gets one shot, even if it's Fizz Def until it has +2 from Coil. So that would be pretty sus on her part to not try and play around Avalugg by like doubling into special Infernape and things like that, or special Celesteela. It could very well be special Celesteela, like offensive special Celesteela. I could definitely see coming. It depends on what her prep is like for Zapdos with that, but if she's got good enough prep for Zapdos, like, I don't know, Scarf Articuno or like Hail Blizzard Articuno or something, or Specs Articuno, then she might be prepared enough to just sweep me with Celesteela. So that's the job of Avalugg this week. Suicune, sorry, Showdown is like broken right now with the sprites, so I don't really have an option there. Suicune is like kind of my Infernape check. It's just Calm Mind, Scald, Rest, Toxic. Toxic being there for something in particular. I don't remember off the top of my head what it would be there for, but Sleep Talk was kind of eh. Oh, I know. It's for Articuno. Because I think Articuno is coming with Haze to check this because she dropped her only check to this in the Credilly. So that is some peace of mind for me. I'm running max speed to speed tie the Articuno so that I can potentially hack her out of that. And then max HP, a little bit of special attack. I ended up making another drop last week, right before the deadline, and I dropped Honchkrow for Sharpedo. So Sharpedo's on the squad now. Dropped Honchkrow because we already had Zapdos for removal, and Avalugg's really reliable removal, and we had Klefki. I think all of those were active for Joey. Klefki and whatnot too. Yeah. So we have and Rotom still removal. So I'm fine with removal on the team. And Honchkrow is a little bit slow and a little bit frail. And what it was really offering me was good priority, but I have that now in Kecleon plus my Glade, so I don't really feel like I need the Sucker Punch every week. And the Flying type is already covered by Zapdos, so I wanted to recover the Dark type, and getting a bit of an offensive water on this team I think is good, because my bulky water doesn't really cut it as an offensive water as well. So I'm running dual water here because I think Sharpedo's actually got a really good matchup, and I'm running Banded Shark. Her Banded Shark switch-ins pretty much don't exist. Like, the combination of Liquidation plus Crunch pretty much two-shots this entire team. So I have to be careful about how I play this. But because I'm Speed Boost, this is an amazing cleaner late game, and I don't even need to be Life Orb. I'd rather be banned because, in my mind, the Infernape is going to Revenge Kill me with like Mach Punch or Vacuum Wave anyways. So there's not really a point in running Life Orb, whittling myself down further, excuse me, and putting myself in that position when her Liquidation switch-in is like Silvally Grass or Galarian Corsola, and her Crunch switch-in is like Mega Audino or Infernape. That doesn't bode well for her, or Silvally Fairy, I guess, if she opts to not bring Mega Audino. I've got Ice Fang there just for extra coverage to hit the Zygarde a little bit harder than Liquidation would be, and Destiny Bond because I didn't need another move, and if I outspeed something that's a threat, then I can Destiny Bond and just get rid of it, and that'll be fine. Celesteela, things like that. Even if all that I do with Shark is Destiny Bond the Celesteela, I would also be okay with that because I'm not bringing Zapdos for it. I'm Speed Tying Zygarde, and then I've got Max Attack. Rotom I'm bringing here with Defog, Discharge, Pain Split, and Hex. So Discharge plus Hex is hopefully going to do something somewhere. Maybe I can paralyze the Corsola. I've got Toxic on a few other things as well. Pardon me. I'm pretty much hard-walled by the Zygarde, though, because I'm running Discharge. But I needed something to be able to hit the Celesteela super effectively, and this should be able to break a sub and deal with that, and then Pain Split can get me some health back on it if I really need to. I'm invested a little bit in special attack just to be able to like break subs and whatnot, and the last time I ran this sort of Rotom, the special attack investment really helped out, securing me a little bit of a kill at one point. I'm especially defensive for like a special Celesteela, so I shouldn't be able to get just obliterated by it. And I'm especially defensive to hopefully take on Infernape a little bit as well as Vikavolt, which is something that I am going to struggle against with most of my team. So that's all in good faith there. And then I've got a little bit of speed on here just to speed creep something. I was speed creeping something, and I no longer remember what it is. I will definitely be outspeeding max speed Celesteela, like timid Celesteela. I should be outspeeding most variants of Seviper. I don't know why I have 250. It's kind of a weird number. Is there anything on my team that hits 239? No. I'm not entirely sure why I have this random amount of speed. It's probably just creeping something that's creeping me. Mega Glade, I'm running a bulk up subset with 2 attacks. So sub is important so I don't get Will-O-Wisped and Strength Sapped by the Corsola. Although Nightshade will still break my sub no matter what. Drain Punch is really good stabbing against this team. There's not a whole lot that she can do against Drain Punch. And then Knockoff covers pretty much everything else. Bar, like, Silvally Fairy, which would kind of want me, but Mega Audino is neutral to Drain Punch, so that's really out of the question. And her Double Ghost are both very vulnerable to Knockoff. Corsola because it loses its Eviolite, and Hoopa because it's 4 times weak to the Knockoff. It's kind of up to her to decide what she wants to go with, because she could expect me to expect Scarf Hoopa and run Kasib, trying to block Shadow Sneak, and instead I'm running Knockoff, or she could run Colbur, and then she'll live the hit from the Glade. Although she probably won't live the hit from Glade, because base 165 attack is really strong. I'm running a lot of speed on this for Infernape, and then I've split the EVs in a weird distribution, because I don't feel like I need attack. I feel like I need Spidef, but I don't need that much Spidef. And so I'm actually EV'd to live something in particular. That's why I've got a bunch of EVs here. But I did not make notes about that. So yeah, I've been very poor about my note-taking recently when I'm building. So I'm not entirely sure what this is built to EV, built to live. But it's probably irrelevant anyways. because I'll probably be taking some sort of chip, and it won't be a relevant calc. Last but not least is Kecleon. I'm bringing a specially defensive Kecleon for the Hoopa with a little bit of defense on there, because I could definitely see Psyshock coming for like Suicune and whatnot, and I want to be able to switch into the Hoopa relatively freely. So I'll take the Shadow Balls really well, and then I won't be able to take Psyshocks all that well because I'm a Kecleon, but it's fine. Knock off again for the Corsola and the Hoopa, and honestly everything. Excuse me. Ice Punch to hit anything else. Ice is fairly good coverage against this team. Recover to heal up, and then Rocks, because Rocks are important, and I didn't have Rocks anywhere else. So that is the squad. In terms of what I'm not bringing, Garchomp has a pretty bad matchup here. It's really hard for Garchomp to do anything when I think that it's going to be Scarf Articuno. The Greninja could definitely be something. It's very hard to break Galarian Corsola, even harder to break Celesteela, as well as hard to break the Mega Adino. So, like, I could run Scarf Chomp and threaten out the Infernape, things like that, but then the Vikavolt comes in for free. So I don't think the Garchomp's really any play in this matchup. Shaman could have been okay, but again, there's a Celesteela, and what I tried to do with the Corviknight last week is not going to work, because now that I know that Grass Whistle is banned, all the tech that I would want there is just out the window. That may have been one of the reasons why she picked up Seviper, was to threaten Shaman a little bit better than Credilli could, but I'm not entirely sure about that. Articuno is also really good Shaman switch in, and it offensively threatens Shaman out right away. Salazzle is okay in this matchup, actually. A sub-toxic Salazzle could definitely be workable, and it's one of the better ways to break Celesteela. I do have double Electric plus Salazzle, so Celesteela could have been easier for me to break, but I opted into a team that prepped less for Celesteela and prepped more for Hoopa, which has kind of been what she's been relying on most of the season. She ends up bringing Silvally quite often, as well as Corsola, so I'm just kind of banking on Celesteela not coming as much as the others, which is very dangerous against Vandiril, because if I know anything about Vandiril, she'll try and predict the exact 6 that I'm bringing, and she'll get it exactly right, along with all of my movesets. So yeah, I'm really not thrilled about this. Last season I had a horrible time with that, and I just did not enjoy it at all. Zapdos, I would be very tempted to bring, because offensive Zapdos has a really strong matchup here. The issue is the Zygarde. I can't really touch it, and since this isn't post DLC, I don't have like an Air Slash to hit that thing with. So I have to run enough speed to outspeed it to Toxic it, which is the best thing I can do. And from there, it still two-shots me with Bandit 1000 Arrows, so there's not really anything I can do about that. And I have to make sure that I'm not switching in on it. I have to be in first, and she has to willingly bring Zygarde in and take the Toxic, which is not something she probably wants to do, unless Mega Adino is coming anyways, and then she doesn't really care, because it'll probably have Heal Bell, or the Articuno might have Heal Bell. And then last but not least, Klefki is kind of in this matchup. Like, it can Prankster T-Wave like the Infernape and the Hoopa and whatnot, but it's pretty bad in the grand scheme of things. Like, I think Defog Articuno comes, and so Spike Stack is kind of weird, even though Spike Stack is actually kind of good in this matchup. And it gives Celesteela free switches, which I'm already giving with most of the rest of the team, so I don't really like that as much. Overall, it's a very difficult matchup for me to play around, and I'm not confident that it's a winning matchup by any means. I'm hoping to pull at least some differential out of this, rather than just getting like blown out of the water. Because that would really suck if I got blown out of the water. My playoff chances are gonna like fall through the toilet if I get blown out of the water here. So that is going to be for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you guys for the match against Vandiril and the Gallahan Kirlias.